Hello everyone and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. How are you doing? क्या हाल है सबके? वेलकम टू अनदर स्ट्रीम. इसमें हम कुछ बातें करेंगे. इसमें कुछ चिट चैट होगी और वी विल बी कोडिंग Angular and we'll see how that goes. But I'll also be answering any questions that you might have. So let's bring the chat as well. If you already don't know, तो हम जो drop game पहले खेल चुके हैं, you can type drop in the chat and then you should be able to see a rocket from yourself, just like this. So if you want to be on the screen, all you need to do is type a exclamation drop in the chat. You should be able to see yourself on the screen. And this is me fixing the chat right now. Cool. Awesome. So what I'm gonna do is I'm quickly going to grab my code from the other laptop and then we'll start coding a bit of Angular. We'll implement a flight search application and we'll see how this goes. All right, awesome. So yeah, give me 1 second. By the way, if you have any questions in the chat, let me know and I should be able to answer those questions. Let's see. Git add dot. Let's create a quick GitHub repository as well. Da, da, da. There we go. And we can say flight scanner public. And let's quickly do git add, git commit, initial commit, and then we can do git remote add origin, git push. Awesome, there we go. Let's quickly jump into the code then. github.com/asnayas. And I'm gonna try to keep the repository private. Change visibility, and now this is going to ask me for my auth, blah blah blah. चलें इसको कर लेते हैं, make this repository private. Authentication and GitHub. There we go. ठीक हो गया. We can quickly download this. Let's also delete or let's also just remove the rest of the open projects ताकि हमारे पास कोई अजीब सा प्रोजेक्ट ना खुल जाए जो कि अभी हम जिस पे बात नहीं कर रहे. तो backend logs, no, we don't need that. Let's close this guy as well. Cool, I think we're good. All right, so we're going to clone our code. Let's quickly go there. cd desktop, work, no, not work, personal, YouTube, not YouTube as well, cd talks. Let's go with clone. By the way, can everyone hear me well? Can everyone hear my sound? Can you give a thumbs up if you can hear me well? And also for those of you who don't know, you can type drop in the chat and then you can see your name right there. If you type exclamation drop in the chat, exclamation drop, you will see your name on the screen. Okay, so let's do code ng flight scanner, and let's open it. Let's close this guy. I'm gonna open this guy right here. Let's quickly open this, and we need to install the packages. So npm install. No, not yet. And let's also open mouse highlight as well. Cool, cool, cool. Right. Npm start, and we should be able to run the application. Oh, I think we're missing the script for generating the data. We will run it in a bit. We have lib generate data. Maybe we want scripts generate data. Scripts. Let's move this to scripts, and let's rename this guy to scripts as well. Scripts. And let's wait for this guy to finish. Da da da. Stop. 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 Thank you. All right. Let's see. ठीक हो गया. Let's open this guy right here. So we have the flight scanner. We also have the data JSON here as well. Cool, cool, cool. It does not look too bad, but I think we could probably do better. For example, for dark mode, we should be able to have better UI. So if we go to header, component, let's see, where are we giving the BG gray 50? Okay, so dark, BG gray, 800, dark, text, white, with it, white. Okay. The text is nicer, but not this guy. So let's also fix that. We have text gray 900. So dark, text white, with it, white. And we also have this guy. So dark, text gray, but maybe gray 400. No, 300. Much nicer. And yeah, I think this looks good. So blah, 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 blah. I can't see anything because the text is white. So then what we would have to do is so then let's not do it like this. So the text is actually okay. Good. Awesome. I think we would also have to make the cards white as well. So let's go to card component, and we have BG white, dark, BG slate 900. Let's make them dark. Yes. And let's make all the text white. So no, actually, no. Let's revert this. What I want to do is to have the background dark as well, not the cards. So then if I go to my app component, not app, but maybe home. Where's my, I think we should have it at the app level. So in here, we should have BG white, but dark BG slate 900. So it looks something like this. Oh, this does not look good at all. I'm gonna not apply it here then. Let's apply it at the level of styles.css. So here we can say HTML body, apply, no, BG white, and dark BG slate 900. Yay, much nicer. So this looks pretty cool, but I think this has to change as well. So the color that we used here should probably be used here as well. So what did we use in the header? BG gray 800. So let's do that in the flight card as well. Pa pa pa. Let's see. So then if I go here, yay, this looks kind of nice, but not really nice. I'm not really sure. Maybe we should go with not the BG gray, but slate. If we go with slate, what changes? Let's see. Yeah, it's a bit different and better. So let's go with slate. So BG slate 800, and then we can change the text of everything. So this has some text. This has some text as well. Let's say the dark text is white. With a white. Okay, so this one looks nicer. This one does not look nice. So we need to fix this guy right now. So let's go to, where's the text? Time. So here we have text gray. We don't need that. We also have text gray 900. We don't need that as well. So all the text is white. When we go here, if I go to dark mode, and if I change the color to light, then everything should look nicer here as well. So everything now looks nice in the light mode. Cool. Not too bad. This looks nice. Yeah, this looks nice. Cool. And we also have the shadows as well. My monitor is not good. Educatified. Hey, how's it going, Educatified? Thank you for chiming in. How's it going? So I think this looks pretty nice. Now the problem is I wanted to show huge, I wanted to show performance issues in here, and I can't see any performance issue. Not able to see the stream. It's dark. I'm not sure why it does that on Twitch. Let me try to reconnect. Maybe then it fixes it. Let's see if I can reconnect and also delete and re-add, because it happens. It happens most of the times for some reason. Let me see. So yeah, I can also see this is dark, pretty dark. Let's see. Let's remove the channel and I'm gonna add it again. Give me 1 second. Remove the channel. Add a channel. Twitch. Connect to Twitch. There we go. Auto authorize. Redirecting. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. So now if I close and refresh, let's see if this works out well. And I'm gonna move my face as well to a bit off left, like this. I don't know why it's so much on the right. There we go. Awesome. Thank you so much for the follow, Educatified. Thank you. Are you able to see the stream now? No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Maybe. No. Yes. No. Oh, wait. Let's see. Let's see if we can fix this. New featured clips. Aha. Does it stream now? No. Yes. No, I can still see this is black. We can stream Code with Ahsan live. If I click this guy, it just does not show me at all. More like listening to a podcast. I don't know what the heck is going on with Restream and Twitch. Maybe I can take a screenshot and share with Restream to see what's happening with Twitch. Let's see. It's not here. Let's go and Twitter. So yeah, if it's a podcast, then I think it's not gonna make much sense because you need to see what's happening. Restream. I haven't been able to make Twitch work for the past few months. Overall, my voice goes through, but no video. Thanks. All right, let's see if they reach out to me at all for this. But hopefully they will. We'll see. But thank you so much for the follow. If you can go to YouTube with the same name, Code with Ahsan, you might be able to see me. I think it's much nicer to just see there until this is fixed. I do know that Twitch is a much friendlier platform when it comes to community, but yeah, I don't know. It sucks so far, or not Twitch, but yeah, but Restream. Anyways, so now that we have the list ready, let's look into if we can create more details on the page itself. So we're going to implement another route. So let's close all of this and create a new route. We're going to say ngg component flight details standalone. I think we don't really need to say standalone because the whole application is standalone, so we don't really need that. So let's just go with flight details, and this should create a, yeah, this should be able to create a component right here, flight details component. And in this one, I do want to have the flight details that we're looking at. I also wanted to show the images issue, because when it comes to rendering, it should not be able to render nicely, or it should have some delays. But I think it really depends on if we can trigger the change detection, or if we can show the change detection at all. It would be I'm thinking I mean, I could make this a bit more complex to actually show what I wanted to show, but then I'm thinking about the book, so I'm not really sure. Maybe we can do it. So right now I'm showing a couple of hundred messages, but let's generate more. So I'm gonna go to scripts, generate data, and add a bit more. So maybe 30 airlines, and each line having 100 flights, which means now we should have 3000 flights. And let's generate this. npm run generate data generated. Now let's see if my application becomes slower. At least it's taking a lot of time to render, at least. If I go down, I don't know. What if each flight had 1000? Let's generate that guy. Would it even be able to transfer the data? I think yes. All right, let's see. Okay, my UI is blocked now. Nothing works. You can see I can't even click there. Oh, this is good. Says it's not responsive anymore. Okay, I'm gonna wait. Let's see. Now we have the data, and now the images are being fetched. If I actually, you know what I should do? I should actually change the image to the GitHub link, but it's a private repository, so I'm not really sure then. If I go to gist.github.com, can I add an image here? Or no? Add a file? No. No, I can only add text here. Okay. What do we do then? I could upload to. All right, let's see. Free for dev file. Is it for 12 months? Oh, it's Azure storage. Nope. It's Microsoft Azure, yes. It's file, no. File copy. A platform where you can store up to 15 MB with an account. 30 MB per account. File sharing, simplified, rapidly share files, serve with SSL, easy to use. You're not logged in and all files are not, and you will not be able to manage it. That's fine. All I need is just to upload a file. Blah, 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 blah. What if I had to go to maybe this guy? Upload was successful. Let's go. Copy to clipboard. Yay. So if I change this guy to this guy, png.jpg, no, that doesn't make sense. And now if I generate this, and maybe we can reduce this, maybe not 1000, maybe I don't know, 500. Should make it a bit easier. Data generated. Let's go. And now I can refresh this guy to see what happens. Let's see. I still think it's going to be paused for a long time, but then I have to see if the data comes back or not. If the data comes back and we have an issue with the images, because now you see now we are loading the images, right? So now if I scroll, some of the images are here, some of them are not. And actually, you know what? We actually make a lot of, oh, this is super slow. I mean, if I right click, you can see that the mouse over is, ooh, look at that. I've zoomed in now. No mouse over. You can see how small or how much time it takes for just the hover effect to take place. Ooh, now it zoomed in. What? This is insane. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. Hey, connect again. I'm not sure if I should be rendering these many items because it's super slow. I think some people might have their PCs crashed. Let's see. Let's see if we can refresh this. Let's generate the data again. I'm going to reopen this into a new tab and we'll see what happens. Da, da, da. All right, let's see. I think we should also have a CSS loader. So we should have something like pure CSS loader extended. By the way, I worked on a project, pure CSS loader extended. And I'm going to use this one. No, this one. No. Which one should I use? This one, this one, this one, this one. Maybe this one. Let's choose the color, this guy. So this is the HTML, that's the CSS. Let's quickly copy this. So I'm going to create a new component, nggc components loader, and then we go here in the loader. We paste the HTML. We also should paste the CSS in the CSS file. And we should have a working loader now. But I want to do it in the home page while we're loading the data. So we can say it's loading and this should be false. In the beginning, this dot is loading equals true. So we can see everything. By the way, if you're here and have a question, just let me know in the chat. My voice is too low. Is my voice too low? Let me check. Is my voice too low? I don't see my voice being too low. Is it good now? Microphone Shure MV7. It seems like it's good. Bilal, is it good now? I hope it's good now. All right. In any case, this dot is loading equals false. We also need to say if there was an error, then we should also have the loading equals false. And this should be good. Now, no, wait a second. I also need to import the loader component. So loader component, then I can go to the HTML and I can say, hey, if we have let's move this into an ng container. So ng container, and we can say ng if is loading, else loader ng template. Zishan Ahmed, walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you, Zishan? App loader should be right here. And then we can say something like, by the way, if you have any questions about what I'm coding or what I'm writing, make sure to ask in the chat. Alrighty, let's see. So you see the loader now, right? So this is the time where we are sending the request to get the data. And once we have received the data, then we should have the UI rendered. So let's see if I've saved everything. Have I? Oops, what happened? What happened? No. There we go. Muhammad Avis Tariq, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, Avis? If is loading, else loader, right? So if we have, what if not is loading? Come on. There we go. Alhamdulillah, fine. How are you? I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm good. I'm good. Alhamdulillah. I was busy most of the day today, but in general, good. Nothing to worry about. Okay, so still you see it's not really nice so far, so I'm not really sure, to be honest. Should we have a bit bigger border on everything? What if we do something like py4, right? Should we have a bigger border? Let's see. So now I see the loader, right? This is good. And now it's loading the data, and now we have a nice little border. Yay! It doesn't look pretty, but yay! Maybe to a py1. Let's see. Have you ever worked with Angular? I would say it's okay, not too bad. To be honest, I think it's nice. It's good enough. What happened to this guy? I need to say, because if I change this to like 100, this is how it looks. Right? And I used to have an arrow here because I coded this to be an arrow. No, it's going to be super hard to debug. Let's see. No phones. Super slow because I have a lot of data. So super slow. Okay, how about we change the data to something else? So let's say if I go to services, maybe we can temporarily change something. So we can say something like home component flight certificate data dot pipe, and here we can say something like or maybe we can just use the slice, now that I think about it. So maybe we can just go here and say off flights slice. I think it takes 0 to 5. I think that should be good. So we're using the slice pipe from Angular. This should make things faster. So I only have a few items on the screen, and not like 500 or more. So now it's faster. Okay, so 2 questions. One, where's my arrow? Where's my arrow? So this is a horizontal line, right? We said that this should have a before and after, which makes sense. And I built the arrow. This HR should have a width of 100%, but it does not have any space in the middle. So then it doesn't have the space for an arrow. What? Because if this item was not here, let's suppose if I remove this guy, display none. Do we have an arrow now? No, we don't. Come on, where's my arrow? Where's my arrow? Where's my arrow? So bit no. So we should maybe have a minimum width of 100 pixel, which shows the arrow, which makes so much more sense. So maybe we should say something like that in the HTML. So where's my arrow? Where's my arrow? Where's my arrow? Not this one. Here, this is my arrow. This, no, I'm not gonna put a comment because that would make it weird. So width, min width. What happens if we do 64? No, no. So then we can just say 100 pixel. And now we have arrows. Yay! Nice! So we are now talking about Bangkok to Bangkok. That doesn't make sense. Atlanta to Atlanta. That also doesn't make sense because I've copy pasted code. Destination. Destination. Now we have good things here. So Atlanta to Rio de Janeiro and Bangkok through Belém. But all these are like local flights. Why? Tunisia to Curitiba. Okay. This looks good. The loader, however, it's not centered. So we need to make it centered. So let's go and make that. We're going to go to our home component. And in here, let's wrap this guy into a section. No, I'm thinking now. What I could do actually is I could take out this here, make the whole section go bye, and have my loader right here. So then I can have a section with class. I mean, this would feel like code duplication, and it is code duplication, but I think it gives a nicer message. More readable. So readability over duplication. So flex, not flex. Yeah, maybe flex. Flex, justify center with full. There we go. There we go. Armogan Safdar. You're trying the drop. Does the drop work? Does it work at all? Does it work? No. Where's the drop game? Hey, drop. Are you dead? Probably dead. Hey, are you dead? Dead? No, this works. Could you try it again? Armogan. Let's see if this works. Wow, an awesome project. Thank you. So now we should be able to also search the flights. Let's say we create a filter. So we do NGGF. So I should have your message right here, which means that it should be able to. Maybe. Just maybe I have a problem with my extension. Yes. I'm super sorry. But I'm not sorry. Because if I go to, because if you type now, I can guarantee that it would work. So let's go to YouTube. Let's see. It should work now. It should work now. It should work now. Does it work now? Where's my chat? Hide chat. No, show chat. Where's my? I can't see the chat. There you go. Drop. Drio. No. Drop. Anytime now? Anytime now? Anytime now? No? Yes? No? There we go. Yay. So now it should work. The reason was because I did not have the I changed or I turned on the extension, but I actually did not refresh the page. So now when you see a message like, hey, the extension is working, I actually did not do it. So now it should work. Armugan, type drop in the chat. There you go, Sarmad. There you go, Sarmad. It looks like you're on target. Woo! Look at that. Look at that. 93.37. If you look at there, at the very corner, you have your score right here. 93.37. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. It's just Sarmad. I mean this Sarmad is just next level. Timothy Lurov says, wow, it's an awesome project. Thank you. Zaryab has a question that says, hello, sir. Ahsan, I have a chota sa question which is hard for me to grab. Can you please spare some time to explain? Bind to me. I have read a lot of docs, but the keyword is confusing to me. Are you talking about the JavaScript bind? Just to confirm, you're talking about JavaScript bind, right? So only, it seems like only Sarmad has been able to do this. What happens if I try? Can I try? Can I beat? Can I beat Sarmad? Can I beat Sarmad at all? Let's see. Usman Mustafa is close. Pretty close. Sarmad, no, no. I'm going to explain the bind now. And if you're on YouTube, are you on YouTube? Yes, you're on YouTube. So on YouTube, we have a clip feature. So once I'm done speaking, you can just click the clip feature and then you should be able to create a clip. Actually, let me see if I can do it from the Stream Deck. I should be able to create a button for this. So let's see, do we have YouTube? No. Clip? No. Clip? No. Multi-action, mute for me. No. So Twitch Studio, no. OBS Studio, no. Control Center, Twitter, no. Streamlabs desktop, not really. Navigation, multi-action. No, I'm not really sure. Can I find? No. Let's see. Stream Deck, YouTube, clip. Can I do it? No. It's not Stream Deck. It's a Stream. It is Stream Deck. What can you do as Stream Deck as a YouTube streamer? No, I don't think I can do a automatic clip. Anyways, we'll see. Looking at the questions now. Did you just started this project or is it a series? It's not a project, it's not a series. I'm going to go as a speaker in and my talk or my workshop will include this project. So this is going to be used there. So it's not a series. I'm just coding. I'm just live coding and talking to you folks. So that's what's happening. I think once maybe this is done, I might be able to create a course or not a course, but a tutorial, hopefully. So going to the JS bind thingy, I can maybe give you a good example. Let's go with stack blitz or replit maybe. Replit triples. So we're looking into JS bind now, okay? Do. All right, we're gonna create a HTML, CSS, JavaScript, so I can actually give you some interesting view. Okay, so Let's see. So the question that has been asked is, can you explain bind in JavaScript to me? As I've read a lot of documentation, but the keyword is confusing. So let's have a look at the bind thingy in JavaScript. So we're going to assume that we have a button. So let's say about hello world, we have a button that says click me. Okay, let's give this an ID. So we can call this awesome button with a capital B, because this should be camel case always, the ID that is. So now that we have this ID and this button, let's add a click handler, and this should say click me. So if I go and reload this guy, we should have a button right here. And now I can go to script.js to add a code to just do something when you click it. So I can say const, or I can just go ahead and say document.add. Can I zoom out a bit? Event. Is this looking good? The font size good for everyone? Then I can say click. Then I can say this guy, and then I can do, for example, alert. Yay! Yeehaw! So if I save this guy and if I reload the page and if I click this, you can see the alert right here, right? Now, what happens if I had this message somewhere else? So let's say we had a JavaScript class that was called greeter, and then this had a message that was, the message was yeehaw. Okay. Sorry. Why is my JavaScript code so bad today? Then we have a method that says on greet button click, right? So this is a method, and this method should essentially say that this message should be shown. So here I can say alert this dot message, right? So now that I have this, what I can do is I can create an instance of this. So I can say something like const my greeter equals new greeter. And now I can say that this event listener, ooh, what's happening to my RAM and CPU? What the heck? Dot on greet button click. So let me explain to you what I've done, what I've changed basically. So I have a greeter right here, and this has an alert message or alert or a function. And I've said that whenever this button is clicked, and I've said document.add event listener, but I should rather say the button. So I can say something like cons my or awesome button element equals document.get element by ID. Whoops. And here the ID was awesome button, right? And instead of this document, we can say just the button. So we are not clicking everywhere and we get yeehaw. Let's save this guy. So now if I refresh this, let's see what happens. So now you can see when I click this, it says undefined. Can someone tell me why is this undefined? So I've said that whenever I click this button, call the method on green button click of my greeter. So I'm saying my greeter dot on greet button click. And then when this is done, this message should be called. Okay, this is what I've done so far. But when I click it, it says undefined. Why do we have undefined? Can anyone say? Can anyone tell? Sibgat Baloj, welcome to the stream. So do we know why this happens? Yes or no? You can say no. If you don't know, that's fine. You don't have to give the right answer. It's because of the this keyword. What's the this keyword? What do you mean? Because of the this keyword. What does that do? So the problem in this case is when you say that my greeter on greet button click, the this changes from the greeter to something else. Because if I go ahead and do something like console.log this, let's see what happens. So I'm going to save this, refresh this, open the console, and show you what really goes under the case. So if I go here and if I click this button, you can see undefined. But then here you see what was the value of this? It was the button. Why is this the button suddenly? Why it's not the greeter class? And the reason for that is when you pass a function like this, and this is one of the examples, you can take many more examples as well. The reason is when we pass this function as an event listener to this add event listener, it changes the context to the button itself, to whatever is being used here for adding the event listener. If this was document, then it would become document. If this was something else, it would become something else. For example, right now it's the button. But if I change this to, for example, document.add event listener, if I save this, refresh this, and then if I click right here, you can see that here it says now document. Because whatever is being used with the event listener, when passing an event or when passing a function like this, we have the problem that it changes the context. The context is switched, so to say. Now, in this particular situation, if I want to still preserve the context, and if I want to say here that, hey, I'm passing you a function which is my greeter.function, but whenever in this code that this is going to be used, you have to still refer to my greeter. You don't have to refer to document. Then I can go here and say .bind, and then here I can say my greeter, which means that inside this function, whenever this is going to be used, I'm going to be still using the instance my greeter, which means it's going to get the message and everything should work fine. So if I now save this now and refresh and click this guy, you see the message, yeehaw. And you also see that right here we show the greeter. So now that we have bind this function to this my greeter, this means that whenever it's going to be called, it's going to take this context as the my greeter because I've bound it with this one. Does that make sense so far? Can I get a yes or no about this one? And I have more simple examples as well for you to work with. So for example, we have this greeter class which has a message. We can also do something different. For example, we can say, hey, we have another class that is someone else greeter. Or let's say another greeter. Someone else greeter doesn't make grammatical sense. So another greeter has a message from the dark, let's say. Now that I have this situation, I can go ahead and I can, for example, say that, hey, in this particular situation, I want another greeter and I want to call it. So for example, if I say const greeter, or you can say my greeter, and then here I can go ahead and say new greeter, but then I can say console.log my greeter dot, and you have on greet button click. Let's say this, but this was called greet. What? It doesn't rename it. Greet. Okay. So if I have a greet method right here, if I call this, let's see what happens. So if I go here, I say run, you can see that we say in here, we log the greet, but this should also alert yeehaw. So this is what it alerted. You can also change this alert to console log itself. I think that makes much more sense. So if I run this, you can see that we see greeter and we can see yeehaw. But if I go ahead and say, for example, my greet or my greeter.greet.bind, and then you can change it to something else. You can say new, another greeter, and then you can say call this method, which seems like now a very weird code snippet. But if I run this, you can see now that this became another greeter and you see the message from the dark. So let me tell you what really happened. I'm going to break this code to a more readable code base or code. So here we have const, we have another greeter instance, which is new another greeter. Now you can say const my greet function equals my greeter dot greet. ये जो भी function है, whatever function this is, you bind it with another greeter instance instead. Now the thing is कि you're still calling the greet function, but this here becomes another greeter. So the message changes. So now what I can do is I can say I'm going to call the greet method, but I'm binding this with another greeter instance, which is this guy right here. So that means now if I try to call my greeter function like this, or if I can just do this, then it will go inside greet, console log this, console log the message from the dark, and easy peasy. So if I go here, you can see both of the things, another greeter message and a message from the dark. This is what's happening. So I hope you understand now that I can do basically magic with this. Let me show you one more example, and I think that should be enough. So let's say if I had a UL and if I also had some li, so let's say list item 1, list item 2, and list item 3. Now if I wanted all of this into my code, what can I do? I can say, hey, const list items equals document dot get element by tag get elements by tag name, or we can also do just query selector all. So query selector all, and here I'm getting all the LIs, and I can console dot log list items, as you can see, right? So if I run this, you should be able to see we got a node list, right? And if you see, it looks like an array. So we have an array that contains list item 1, list item 2, list item 3. So it's an array. Let's suppose it's an array. On the next step, if I say list items dot pop, because it's an array, so I should be able to pop it, which means it should remove the last item from the array. And then I should say list items again, so I should then have 2. If I run this, let's see what happens. You can see uncaught type error, list item dot pop is not a function. And the reason behind that is that list items is not an array. It's a node list. A node list is different than an array. It looks like an array. It has the index 0, 1, 2, but it's not an array. If you open the prototype, you will not find the pop method at all. So how do we do the pop? What I could also do is I could say something like here, instead of like this, we could maybe do something like array dot prototype dot bind list items. Can we do this? Maybe. We'll see. Dot pop. Can I do this? Let's see. If not, we'll try something else. List items is not defined. List items. There was a typo in the code. So now you can see array.prototype. Oh, sorry. It should be pop.bind. And we have the pop.bind call. And then we should be able to do this. Let's see. Fail to delete an index property from node list. Index property deleter is not supported. And now you can see it's trying to do something weird. There's another way of doing this, and that is not the bind per se, because that's I don't think is the right example for this one. But you could do call. I think it's call or apply, as far as I remember. The call does this exact same thing. Maybe I'm not correct then. And if I do apply with the list items, that also does the same thing. Yes. So in this particular situation, if we are giving the list pop or the pop method, then it doesn't apply directly on that. And also if we try to give the list items, because it's not an iterator, that would also, yeah, I mean, it would, no, I don't think it would pop it still. No, so ignore what I said for the last one. You can just ignore this. I was completely wrong there. Awesome. So I'm looking at the chat now. Hello, so what do you think of the current evolution of AI? Can we expect a replacement? No, we cannot. or the replacement will not be of good software engineers. So no, we can't, or we will not, hopefully. The thing is, with every different change that comes into the software industry, we see more and more sort of opportunities coming up as well. So you need to keep yourself up to date. That's about it. I hope that makes sense. So ng generate filter, we could say something like filter flights or filter flights, and we can say filters. Then we should have the Angular filters created. Nope. What? What am I missing? What? Ngg help. Oh, now my brain's not working at all. It should be nggp pipe, and we should call it pipes. Pipes. My brain just went into the Angular 1.x world. So pipes, filter, flights pipe. All right, let's go ahead and say, hey, if I have a number of flights, so we should have flights in this case, and that should be of type I flight array. Then the arguments that we have should have a search query. We should be able to say search query. And now the things become a bit complicated because the search query is in the header, and the filter is coming from the home page itself. So that becomes a bit more complicated, but we'll see. So the search query is of type string. And then what I should be able to do is I should say if not search query return flights, else we can say return flights dot filter. So we are going to say each flight if the search query matches anything at all. So we can say return, and here we have flight dot details dot airline dot to lowercase. We should probably create a function that says to lower or match. No, wait a second. Yeah, match lowercase. And here we can have two different values. So we can say, one, no. Yeah, one string, two is string. And here we can say return. Let's see, actually. I'm going to change my camera's battery now. Thank you for the time. It did clear the dynamicity of this. Yeah, I think in different situations you can, when you get to that, you try out different things, and you can really understand the values. But yes, hope it was helpful. So now what I want to do is I want to say match lowercase or match lowercase query. Then it should be query and value. So in here we should be able to say that the value contains the query. So we are going to return matches or we could say matches property, or yeah, match in property. Variable naming is so difficult. Has match in property? Yes. And here we should have the query and the property value. Property value. So here we should be able to say property value dot to lowercase dot includes query dot to lowercase. And that should be good. So then I should be able to say return this dot has match in property, and here we can say the query. So search query, and here we should be able to say flight dot details dot airline, or, and now we can chain this multiple times. So then we should also be able to say destination dot. Now this is going to be really difficult. I'm now thinking. So this could be a string or it could be an object. Oh. It makes it a bit difficult, but now what I have to do is I have to see if it's a destination. Then I have to see all the properties of the destination, like for example, .city, code, country name, and then also, yeah, for every single thing basically. So airline is a string, so we don't have a problem there. But for the rest of the things, I think it's going to be a bit of a problem. So we can say the property value, or the property itself could be a string, but it could also be not a string. So it could be a string or it could be an object. So then if we can say that there is a if type of property is string, then we return this guy. Okay. Otherwise, we have it as an object. So we should then say property dot, wait a second, return object dot keys property dot for no sum. So now we are checking if any of the properties match the key or the query. So we can use the sum method, because even if one of this matches, then we're good. So we can say propval, and here we can say if not property dot has on value prop val. It doesn't exist. What are you talking about? Okay, anyways. Okay, then we don't have to check this then. So then we can say return this guy. So we can say property key. What does it cry? No, so we should then not say object. We can otherwise say record. I mean, then we have any or any in this case, to be honest, because the record can be anything. But I think we're gonna assume that the value should still be string, because then you can do the two lowercase. So any and then string, right? I'm thinking, because now what we can do is we can now say code, this works. If I do price, then that shouldn't work. Like date is a string as well. Do we have flight number? Now this should, what? Flight number is a string as well. Oops. Image is also string. String. Airport length. So I cannot pass length because this is a number, right? So anything that I pass here should be either an object that has a string or not. So in this case, then I should also be saying that the object keys property should filter, because I will only be filtering values that are of type, or that have the value of type string. So then I could say something like return property key or type of property key string. So I'm filtering out all of those things, and now I think now this should work. So then I can say flight, I can say origin. This should be fine. What? Now that you talk about this, so I could have then ignored it. So okay, then I could say airport. But then the property and key cannot work there because the key now is a string. Key as key of airport. Don't I love TypeScript? No, I don't. Or maybe I do. Destination. Okay, so we have destination, we have airline, we have origin. I think we should be good. So then I think all we need to do is to have a search filter and we should be good. So how do I get a search filter here? If I had a simple input right here that says type something here, and that also had an ng model. So should we go with ng model? Yeah. So if I want to go with ng model, I would have to go here and say forms module, and then I can use ng model right here. So ng model should be a search query, and this is a temporary workaround, so don't worry about that. Umit Khan Yilmaz, how are you doing, bro? How's it going? Search query equals this guy. So we change this, we assign it to the search query, and then we go here to say, oh, because we also have to import the filter as well. So here, let's bring filter flight pipe. So now that we have the pipe, we can go here and say, yo, give me the pipe, filter flights. And that should have a search query, right? What am I missing? Argument of type unknown is not assignable to type of string, null, blah, blah, blah. What do you mean? What do you mean? If I remove the slice, does it work? Flight off. What are you talking about? Did I mess up? No. Search query. Search query is of type string, right? And my pipe expects a search query string. Ooh, the flights. My bad. This has to be not unknown. We send back a list of flights. That's what's happening right here. So as soon as I introduce this in the equation, everyone goes bunkus. I was looking some tutorials and YouTube algorithm shows me your stream as suggestion. Yay! Let's go! Finally, YouTube getting into some senses. Okay, awesome. I think you should look into the recent one, which was the full stack Angular tutorial. Full stack, something. Where are you? Crash code. Why don't I have this? Oh, this one. This is the one. Let me share this. Copy link address. Chat. Let's go. Rohan Ahmed. Hey, how's it going, Rohan? Please guide me. I got a project for HR management system in Java, NetBeans. So how the workplace NetBeans? I have not worked on it. I've not worked on it to be honest as well. So I have no clue. I do have some friends at Salt who know Java and NetBeans, Java Beans. I have no clue. Sorry. I have not worked on Java at all. JavaScript, yeah, absolutely. So if I do air, can I? Is anything happening at all? Unite. Oh, yeah, something has happened. Yeah, it works. So Jin Air. All right, let's go and render everything now. So let's remove the slice from here, or maybe, yeah, let's remove the slice for now, because I mean, we are going to be in a bit of a trouble because this is gonna hang now. I have a lot of data coming in to render, but we'll see. JavaScript actually. Oh, okay. You have, I think, I mean, you can also look into this one. We have 4 JavaScript project to get hired as a full stack engineer. I don't guarantee that you'll be hired, but these are the projects that are not to do applications, not something really simple that you can't show off. So all of these 4 projects are really nice. So you can obviously look into this. Just go to the courses and you're gonna find something really interesting. We also had a Angular full stack application as well. I'm not sure if you've seen that, but it's called fflashback.com. I don't know why some people still use it. So it's a game. It's a live game. People actually play this. So you can also check this one out as well. I'm gonna write this in the chat as well. But yeah, check the video with the 4 projects. I think it's really good. All right, so we have Jin Air. What do we have more? Singapore Airlines. So let's go with Singapore. So if I just do Sing, it gets Singapore from the destination and does it. That's really cool. What if I do 3.5? No, it doesn't get it. Why? Because the duration is not, I think the flight duration is not string. So if I go to flight details, flight length is number. So the length is number. So if we don't have a string, should we convert that to, if we have a number, should we convert that to a string and then compare it? What do you think? Because here we're checking if it's type of string, right? If it's not type of string, should we just convert that to a string? Heather Ali, hey, how's it going, Heather? Because I think it makes sense. Because if I type 3.5, then it gives me directly like 3.5, but that's a number, so I need to convert that into a string. So I'm not really sure. So then we can remove this filter, right? Right. And then I can say const well equals, if we have, for example, here I can say, hey, type of key is, if it's string, then I can just do, we can say is a string. If not, is a string. Then we can say let val equals this. Then we can say is val or type of val string. Then I don't need a variable. I can just do it like this. I think it's much readable, and remove the nut from here. So if it's not, then we can say val equals val dot to string. Now this is a problem because I don't really know what would it become. If it's not a string, then we just want to use the toString. So can we do something like well as unknown as, no, if I just use any, so I think we will still be able to use the toString on it. I don't think this is as accurate because I only want to work with numbers or strings. Thinking. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go to this guy, the sum, sorry, the filter. If it's a string or if it's a number, then I'll do it, right? Otherwise I'll not do it. So let's say the val is this guy. Then I can see if type of val is a string or type of val is number. So either of those should make it filter. Then we can go ahead and say, hey, if this if it's not string, that we can say, or we can say if it's number, if it's numere, then we can just say val as number dot to string. If I just do val dot to string, doesn't work. No. And if it's a string, then it's a string. So then we know. Ooh, moment of truth. Looking at the chat. Heather, where did you go? I've been working in fields of CRM and marketing automation. I use rarely coding Node.js in general. Aha, okay. Okay, that makes sense. I want to be a hard coder, but I have concerns. Is it late for me? It's never late. We have a lot of people who start in 40s or 50s even. So no, it's not late. It's never late. You can just start. So now if I do 3.5, should I get something? It doesn't give me. It doesn't give me the results back. All right, let's go to the filter 555. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go right here. Ah, we have the problem here. We should be using val because I think we'll still reach here. If I do this, then you can see we go there. We don't want to go there. But if I go here, does it? Does it? Does it? Does it? No. Okay, we'll see. So we need to do the val to lowercase. Let's see. I have to go to bed really soon. And I also want to finish the app as well. Let's see what happens. So what have we missed? So when we go to the origin or destination, we do have the airline. Oh, but we are not passing the, because we are not passing the flight duration. Or what was it? Wait a second. Network. Refresh. Pop up. Maybe put it here. Data. What's the data? Airlines. No. Flights. Let's pick one flight. This guy. Details. Flight number. So we do have the flight number as well, right? Flight length. So in this case, we can go here and say, yes. If type of property is number, then we can say property dot to string property as number dot to string to lowercase to blah blah blah. And then here we can go ahead and say, because here now it is a it could be a string, it could be a number, it could be an airport. So then we can say, hey, I want to say or and this should have a flight length, not number. Oh, but you could also have, you could also search by flight number as well. So flight numere. Let's see. The moment of truth. And I'm going to take a 5 minutes break and then I'll be back. But what projects are you working on these days? Let's see if this works. All right. 3.5. No, 4, 5. Yay, let's go. So all these flights are actually 3.5 hours long. And can I also find by a flight name? 35947. Let's try that one. So 35947. Let's go. Now the only problem is it's too damn slow. If I click back, da, and now I'm just mouse overing and nothing's happening. That is the performance issue we are talking about. So we are going to look into it. I'm not really sure if the topics that we have actually written would solve all of it. I mean, it would solve a lot of problems. Yes, it would also cause. Um, yeah, I mean, it will save a lot of. Yeah, it will save a lot of re-renders. So if I go to, for example, let's see if I can go here. We do have a standalone. We also have the if I go to change detection on push, let's see how much this saves it. So the rendering time was not really bad. I think it's gonna be still much faster, but we'll see. 3.5. It's really it's much faster. It's not as bad, much faster, but still not really good. Hey Temion, how's it going? Hello. Can you try this thing right here? If you try exclamation drop in the chat, you can hang out on the screen. Okay, so if I changed this whole magic to a signal, what would happen? That would be awesome. Let's see. So I'm going to remove the data like this. And let me see if I can say data equals signal. And the initial value I want to share is, I could also type it, of course. So we can say, hey, this is you. And what happened? Temian, what are you working on these days? And then I can say this guy should have an array that is empty. And then I will just replace this dot data dot set with data. And then I can go and say all of this magic goes like this. So we say data dot flights. Let's see if this makes it any faster. I can see that this is a lot faster. If I go and say 3.5, it's much faster, to be honest. Look at this. I think still a lot of improvement could be done. I mean, one of the things that I can imagine having is definitely the virtual scroll that we can add to this. But to be honest, it's really better. It's not as it's not lagging at all as it was before. I mean, it is lagging a bit, but not as much as it was doing before. So if I remove this guy, I mean, the only way of doing or checking this is obviously through the performance tab, but then also looking at it from a perspective of we can also do with some Angular lifecycle hooks as well, but I'm probably not gonna go there. So I'm gonna keep it like this. And what I want to do is what? I have my component that does something wrong, and this should be good. There we go. So what I want to do is to have a flight details page that we can render. Let me also see what we needed to cover, but I'm going to take a 5 minutes break. So if you want, you can hang out in the chat while this happens. So if you type drop in the chat, you're going to see yourself just roaming around on the screen. I'm not really sure if it does it for everyone. Yeah, it does it for everyone. So right now it's doing it for the restream bot, and you can see I got my score right there, 93 point. No, it's not my score. It's not my score. Whose score is this? Streambot. No. Can I interact with this? No. Can I interact with interact? Yes. You can see the score now. 93.7. Sibghat is at 11.25. And some Sarmad is still up top. Sarmad, what are you doing? Can I beat Sarmad? I tried, but I did not. I didn't pass. Let's see. I can actually drop multiple times. Yay. At least. Oh, look at that. 84. 84.19. Let's go. So you can definitely do this while this is happening. And I can close this guy and try to beat the score of Sarmad and me. And I'll be right back as you do this. So I'll be right back. Actually, give me 1 second. Just chatting. So you can actually play, you can actually continue playing this while you are here. Let me try to do one thing. If I can copy the drop game completely on the Be Right Back channel. So if I go here, paste it, and if I try to do this once again, drop. Yes, you should be able to see that. Awesome. There we go. So I'm gonna be right back. You can type in the chat. You should be able to see your chat messages here as well. And I'm gonna be right back in about 5 minutes. Hon Sotai. I'm gonna be right back, and then I can tell about that as well. Give me 5 minutes. And I'm gonna turn on the timer as well for this. 5 minutes. Okay. It's a timer. Da, da, do. Where am I? Here am I? Da, da, da. Hey everyone, I'm back. Sorry for being late. Could you show me about script code for editing videos? What do you mean? Hon Sotai, what do you mean? Script code. What is script code? What do you mean? If you know Urdu or Hindi, you can also type in Urdu or Hindi. And then I can respond better. Ooh, I'm not wearing my glasses. No. I should always be wearing my glasses. Papa. And now my kid is asleep and I'm missing him now. Ooh, there we go. Awesome. So let's do this quickly. All right. So what did we want to do? We wanted to have a creating your first Angular application, standalone components, signal based components. Oh, what? Okay. Oh, okay. That's not good. Okay, I started on the wrong foot. Standalone components, signal-based components, and working with Google Cloud Firestore, making API calls in Angular, Angular routing. Okay. Okay. I'm thinking. Now I'm thinking. So Google Cloud Firestore. I meant how to write Python to edit video. Sorry, Khan, that's not my area of expertise. No, sorry. I'm mostly working with JavaScript. So if you ask me anything about JavaScript that does not relate to writing code that edits a video, I'm sorry, I can't really help. Hmm. So I think this application is actually still okay. So this is already more complex than what we needed to do. So mhm. I mean, now I have something. Hmm. I'm gonna be right back. Waalaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. अब्दुल मुइस अब्दुल मुइस ये आप कोडर लैब्स वाले मुइस हो या which मुइस are you? Let's find out. No, you're not Coral Labs wala Moise. Hello Moise, how's it going Moise? क्या सीन है ये? Hmm. Okay, no problem. How's it going Moise? Acha, let's go and see if I can have China in here. Do we have China? We have Shanghai, China as well. But it starts from SZC, SZX to SHA. Hmm. Hmm. I think I have something. But इसको Google Firestore से I just need to connect this to. I'm switching between Urdu and English. I just need to connect this to Google Firestore or Google Cloud Firestore. And then I should be good. Alright, let's do it. So Firebase. NG flight scanner. Continue. My wait, wait, wait. No. Actually, yes. Create project. So change in plans. I'm going to post all the data to Google Cloud Firestore, and then we can get it from there. Yes, let's do it. Give me 1 second. So what I want to do is I want to create a database, Cloud Firestore. Let's see if I can find it. Create a database. Start in test mode. Yes, please. United States or Europe? No. Should I use? Let's go EU. Enable. Okay, now I have a file store. NG flight scanner. Register. And we have installed Firebase, blah, blah, blah. I do want to use Angular Firebase. Oh, we do have a latest. Oh, that's nice. We do have a latest commit in there. That's good. That's really good. Let's see if the release says something about May 27. No. We still don't have a good release. Standalone. No, we don't have a standalone. I mean, we do have 7.x, but the last one was in May. Standalone. No, we don't have a standalone yet. Yes, Abdul Muiz, what's your question? Yeah, the standalone doesn't work. That I already know. Abdul Muiz, yes, what's your question? All right, let's see. So Angular 5. I don't think I can do it automatically, but let's see. So at this point, let's quickly at least add, commit, package JSON, feed, flights, add flight list. Changed the data a bit, added a filter, added a loader. What else? I think that's it. Status. Git push. Now I can do ng add blah blah blah, so we can see if it works. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see what you got. ये आप कौन सा काम कर रहे हैं? ये मैं एंगुलर का काम कर रहा हूँ. आई हैव अ कॉन्फ्रेंस कुछ वक्त में, तो उस कॉन्फ्रेंस के अंदर मुझे जो टॉक देनी है, जो वर्कशॉप करानी है, उस वर्कशॉप का काम हो रहा है. ठीक हो गया अब्दुल मुइज? Good. ng deploy, file store, cloud function. I don't think so. Let's see. Of course, it doesn't. So we need to do a couple of things now. We need to do ng module app, and now I can run the same command again. Everything should be good. Ng deploy firestore, this guy, ng flight scanner, this guy. Yes. What do you mean? I have an app module. Ah. A what? Did I run app/app module? I said ng module app. Anyways, let's run this again. This has been fun so far. ng deploy, real time, no, firestore, blah, blah, blah. This guy. This app. This hosting. This guy. There we go. Finally. So we have some environment file created, Firebase RC. App modules have been created. But all I have to do is just remove these. So then I can go to config. And here I can just say this guy. Import. Fire app, source app. But this doesn't come from this. So providers from, import providers from. And this should be good enough, I think. So then I can save this guy. I can delete the modules. And then I should be able to send those completely. So now that I'm thinking about it, we should have a we should have all this data in Firestore, right? So what I should do is actually to change the generate data to also use Firebase to do it. So can we do it or no? Randomization go away. So we do have the files, blah, blah, blah. So we do have the right file, right? What I want to do is I want to have a function that pushes this to the Firestore. So we could go with something like const push data to Firebase. That means we are going to just say, hey, delete the data if it exists. Otherwise, create that. So then we can say const Firebase equals no. Yeah, no, yeah, no. We can say something like require Firebase. No. I mean, we have Angular Fire, but don't we have Firebase installed? Package Firebase. Ah, okay. Interesting. Should I install Firebase? I think I should. I mean, should I? Yes, I think I should. So let's do it like this. We do have npm install save dev Firebase because we don't really use that in Firebase. We don't really use that in production. I'm not really sure. We'll see. Will we have a conflict at all? Let's see. I also have to make a note that installing Firebase causes an issue. Installing Angular Fire with standalone doesn't work magically. Just posting a comment there. Okay, cool. So now that we have this, let's say require it from Firebase. Okay. Do we have other things like initialize app? No. Where are you? Firebase. Quick start JS. Firestore. Angular CLI. What? Okay. Interesting. No, but I don't want to run that. Firebase. Docs. Stocks. Trusted app by blah blah blah. Uh, build. Firestore. So I should be able to see the add and manage data, add data. I mean, structure data. I have done it quite a few times. I think I should be good. Firebase or Firestore. There you go. Damn. Okay. So this should be Firebase slash app. And there we can find initialize app, right? Yeah, there we go. But then we also have to have I mean, I should have the Firebase config here. Then we have initialize app. Then we have db get firestore with the app. Okay. So then I need the information. So give me 1 second. I need to blur this. Where's my config? Give me my config. So app config. No. Firebase. Yes. So I should have a Firebase config.js. Okay, so let's do helper config Firebase config.js export const Firebase config. Let's do this guy, and then we should have a const, or okay, here we can say something like initialize app Firebase. Where are you? Config. It can't be export. You have to module dot exports equals Firebase config, and then here we can say and here we can say Firebase config. There we go. Okay, now that we have this, we can install it. You can say const Firebase app equals initialize app. Now it should be good, and then I can say close. Cool. So now that we have the Firebase app, we can say get Firestore. We should have const db equals get Firestore, and we have to import that from Firestore. So we should have get Firestore. So get Firestore requires the app. Doesn't require the app. Firebase app. Yeah, right? This should be good. Then we have the DB. So then we should have the collections const flights collection equals DB. No, should it be async? It should be async. Then is this async? No. Then we should have async. No. Get collection. No. Add doc. This requires a collection. We don't have a collection yet, so we should be able to say collection. That requires a Firestore. So db path. The path should be flights. Flights. Okay, there we go. Then we should get the no, wait a second. Flights collection should be this. And then what we should do is here we're trying to receive both the flights and airlines, right? That's the airlines and flights. Yeah. So then we should be here doing something like push data to Firebase. So await push data to Firebase. and we need to post this guy right here, airlines and flights. Okay, then we do this, then we push to Firebase, then we do a collection. This is not that, but I think then we can do something like flights dot map, or for each, for better readability, flight, and here we can do something like add doc. But then if I'm running async, then I'm doing for each, and then doesn't for await let light off lights. And here we can do something like we can do something like add doc. This should be flights collection. And is it that the document data? Yes, it is. So then we should have a flight, right? Does that look good? I think it looks good. So if I go to my app now, then when I would have to delete my application anyways, but okay. Then I can go to Firebase CLI, blah, 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 continue the console. And then I can go to build Firestore database. And here, then I should have it right here, right? So then if I run the npm, and I should not be generating the flights, right? So then I could do something like npm, no, yeah, npm run generate data. And now let's see what happens. No, service Firestore is not available. No, that's not good. The initialize app, what does that do? It returns a Firebase application, right? So the app should be available. Then we have the Firebase config. Then we have the doc. The Firebase store is not available. What do you mean? So the DB is there. Then you get the collection using the DB because it requires Firestore. But then you have the add doc, which requires the collection reference and the document data, right? So then we do it. We say flights collection is the collection reference, which is the DB, and then the path. The path is flights. Flights. What? That should do it. Add dog. Does that take a promise? Yeah, it does take a promise. So we should have. Do we have await add dog inside? I'm not really sure. What we should do is we should debug this guy. So let's go here. Let's put a breakpoint here, and we should do Node.js. We should do this guy and run it. There we go. So we do a Firebase. It says Firestore is not available at all. So get Firestore doesn't work. What do you mean? Do I have to initialize the Firestore? Could that be it? You have a get Firestore, you do this guy, then you do initialize app, you did get. No, this is what should happen. What do you mean it doesn't work? Yeah, what does this mean? What? You need to upgrade your Firestore version to 940 and it works. What are you talking about? Import get Firestore from blah blah blah. What? No. 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 That doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about? And I had my what? What are you talking about? No. So we had Firebase slash Firestore. This is where I should get it from. We got we got collection add dot get Firestore from here. If I don't pass an app, what happens then? So let me restart this guy. Because initialize app doesn't take any overloads, right? So we do have the Firebase config doing it. Wait a second. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Okay, so it comes here. It goes to the get Firestore, and it fails. No Firebase app default has been created. This is what's wrong. So I need to call this guy before, right? And then this should generate the app. Or should I have to do initialize app here? I have to initialize Firestore as well. Is that the reason? So then I can revert back, and then I should say here. And what this does is initialize Firestore. So this returns a Firestore. Cool. Okay. So then that's my bad. Firestore. Firestore. Or we could just say db equals to initialize Firestore, Firebase app. Get rid of this guy. The db is already there. I think we should be good. Let's run this. Which website should I develop to completely practice HTML, CSS, and JS fully? Mohammad Afan, anything that you think is not so simple, just a to-do application, no. Make something that is a bit bigger, maybe budget management application or something like that. So I would suggest those. Cannot read properties of undefined. What are you talking about? What does this do? Is this promise? No. So db, no. If I do this again, then what happens? It doesn't do it at all. Cache. But I should I have? No. Initialize Firestore. So the settings should be there. That's really weird. Now I should be inside a function. Firestore has not been registered yet. I need to see the documentation now. So Firestore introduction. Blah blah blah. Get started. So we import some stuff. We install it. We say Firebase modular API. Initialize app. Which Firebase version do I have? Package.json. Firebase 10.4.0. That's the newer one. So I do initialize app. I do get Firestore. Then I should say initialize app blah blah blah. Get Firestore Firebase slash Firestore. DB. That's exactly what I did. We have the app. We pass the app to get Firestore. We say app. And then we have a DB. Then we refresh. Then we have a docref, await at doc collection, DB users. That's what I did as well. No? So it says service Firestore is not available. That's what I'm asking service Firestore is not available. What do you mean? Do. Is this because my Cloud Firestore? I think this is something else, to be honest. I think this is something new. Something new. So Service Firestore is not available. What do you mean? June 24. No. No reply. Great. And my camera died. Um, Give me 1 second. By the way, Afan, have you seen the projects in my YouTube channel? The HTML, CSS, JavaScript projects. I think the usage or the rules are the ones that I have to check. I have to make it to 2024. So I have this ready. Indexes not. I have no clue why this does not work, to be honest. Firebase.firestore is the right package. Firebase app is the right package as well. Service Firestore is not available. We have the compat. Compat. Firestore. I mean, I could. Not really sure. Maybe I could use this. Maybe. Get Firestore is not a function, of course. But then I would have to go and use the legacy data, and I don't want that. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The problem is if I use one thing from the non-modular API, I will have to use everything from the non-modular API. Don't want that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. I'll be 100% sure that our database is ready to go because I'm not sure now. This is Firestore, and we are using the We're using the Cloud Firestore, which is actually the one that we want to use. But why? Mm, mhm, mm, 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 mm. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I have anything in the settings that needs to be enabled. Mhm. Hmm. So we do have the web application. I also want to see we have the API key, we have the auth domain, we have the project ID, we have the storage bucket, measurement ID, but where do we have the database? Hmm. Hmm. All right, let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Do want to check this. Let's see if I can. Oh, we have further problems as well. That's not good because I would also have to see if I need to install Firebase at all. Okay, let's see. Generate Firebase, blah blah blah, package JSON. I think I would have to remove Firebase from here. So npm uninstall Firebase. Npm uninstall npm uninstall Angular Fire. We're gonna have to install this again, and then I think we can. Or I would have to look into this in the morning. We'll see. Because I think now my brain is shutting down completely. Let's first make sure that the app itself works. Then we're gonna make sure that the script also works. Hmm. That doesn't make sense. I'm gonna have to do ng add completely from the beginning. We will have to do app config. I think we can do it again. That's fine. But maybe the rest of the things don't really matter. Okay, let's fix this quickly. So here, I'm gonna delete this guy. I'm gonna delete this. First we need to say nggc module app. We need to take that out. Then we need to run ng add Angular file. Okay, let's see now. Good हो गया है. इसको we'll change. Go and copy this. I'm gonna go to app config from import providers. No. Close all. Config.ts. I think it's inside core. From where is it? So here, if you do import providers from, then we can all add all missing imports. All right, let's see. Moment of truth. This is not good. Okay, I think I don't have the capacity to look at this right now. Probably do this in the morning. So let's go to sleep. So thank you everyone who joined. I'm going to see you in the next one. And have a good weekend for the rest of the weekend that you have left. See you. Thank you, Avis. See you later.